gopyadade kritaga siddhamatava. From the Padma Purana, this beautiful song that brings a natural flow of devotion to the heart especially during Kārtik season, called the Sri Damodar Ashtakam. Damodar means Krishna who's tied around the belly with rope by Mother Yashoda. And you can also look up the Queen Kunti verse, but you can't have this back. I believe it's Gopyadade Kritaga Siddhamata Vadyet Yate Dashashukali Lanjana Sambramaksham. And if you happen to have it, you can read along. Otherwise, just listen, please. To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge and bliss, whose shark-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who I, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind by her who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, whose belly is bound not with ropes, but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy, and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is freed from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodar hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bal Gopal in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodar, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me. By showering your glance of mercy upon me, deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodar, just as the 2 sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Nalakuvera, were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby, tied with a rope to a wooden grinding mortar, in the same way, please give to me your own prema bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any other liberation. O Lord Damodar, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord who displays unlimited pastimes. In Queen Kunti's prayers, she gives this beautiful verse describing the Damodar Leela. And if you're open to the idea, I'd like to read it to you all. Gopyadaded 1:831. Gopyadade tvai kritaga siddhamatavad yate dashashru kalilanjana sambhramaksham bhaktram daniya bhavabhavanaya statasya sama vimohayati bhirapiyad bipeti. My dear Krishna, Yashoda took up a rope to bind you when you committed an offense, and your perturbed eyes overflooded with tears, which washed the mascara from your eyes. And you were afraid, though fear personified is afraid of you. This sight is bewildering to me. And here's Srila Prabhupada's purport. Here is another explanation of the bewilderment created by the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is the supreme in all circumstances, as already explained. Here is a specific example of the Lord's being the supreme and at the same time a plaything in the presence of his pure devotee. Who can think of a verse or a place where in the Srimad Bhagavatam or elsewhere someone describes how the Lord becomes subservient to his devotees? And for what reason does he? Or what leads to that? Yes?
Bhagavad Gita.
Go ahead.
Krishna becomes subservient to Arjuna.
Can you say more about it?
At the onset of the Bhagavad Gita, it begins with Krishna riding the chariot to the middle of the battlefield and pointing out to Arjuna, Bhishma, Drona, and the enemies. And it's a bit of a unique position to be in, because to be a charioteer is considered an inferior position to the bowsman who was riding in the chariot. So Krishna takes that position in order to assist Arjuna in this battle of Kurukshetra.
This is such a good example. Who can say where that pastime arises in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita? Well, I can. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in South India, he met a Brahmana who was trying to recite Bhagavad Gita, although he didn't know how to do it properly. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu noticed his devotion, and he also noticed that there were people making fun of him for his attempts to read the Bhagavad Gita even though he couldn't read it properly, he approached this person and asked him why he was so emotional upon reading the Bhagavad Gita. Would you all like to move up? Because there's 48 more devotees coming in. Maybe not today, but tomorrow. Inconvenience regretted. And when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him why he was crying while reading the Bhagavad Gita, he said the very same thing that you just mentioned, and that was, when I think of how Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is subservient to Arjuna, who tells them, take my chariot, like, let's move it over there. And he's so subservient to his devotees that he'll take order from Arjuna. When I think of that, that loving exchange, then tears come to my eyes. Who can think of another verse from the Bhagavatam or elsewhere? Yes?
In Canto 9, Durvasa Muni was very unhappy with Ambarish Maharaj, and he had to face the consequences of attacking Ambarish Maharaj as a great devotee. And in the course of trying to evade the Lord's chakra that was after him, he faced the Lord himself, and the Lord said, Sadhava hridayam mahyang sadhunang hridayang tvaham maranyatena janati nahang tepyo managapi, that the pure devotees live in my heart and I dwell in their heart. They don't know anyone but me, and I don't know anyone but them. And that, in other words, you have to take shelter of Ambarish, and he's on the same level as myself. So only he can alleviate your offense.
Nicely done. If you can say more, please say more.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, when this Brahman's sons they keep dying, and Arjun he cannot tolerate that Krishna and Balram have been they are getting chastised. So then Krishna and Arjun is willing to give up his life because he's not able to save all the sons of the Brahmins, but Krishna intervenes and he takes him back to Vaikuntha, and there he gets his sons back. So he does that extra bit for his for his devotees.
Nice, thank you. I'm getting a little after buzz here. Is the gain too high? Yes. Hare.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. I had just been listening the Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, and Jagadananda Pandit had made some really nice fragrant oils to offer to Lord Chaitanya, which were not accepted. And in response to that, in response to Lord Chaitanya's not accepting, Jagadananda Pandit decided to fast for some days, 3 days, and Lord Chaitanya then asked him to cook for him. And upon his being requested to cook, he cooked a very sumptuous feast for Lord Chaitanya and fed him. And Lord Chaitanya, not wanting to agitate, Jagadananda Pandit decided to eat 10 times more than he normally would have. I guess in that sense he was subservient to the desire of Jagadananda Pandit.
May I add a couple points? One is that Jagadananda had purchased this oil for Lord Chaitanya to apply to his body and be massaged. And when Mahaprabhu had received the oil from Govinda, who Jagadananda had given to, he told him that I can't wear oil like that, because if I walk on the street and people will smell the scent of the oil and they'll say that I'm a Dari sannyasi, which means a fake sensual sannyasi. And so he said, take it back and tell him to give it to the pujaris in the Jagannath temple. They can burn it in their lamps. And then when he saw Jagadananda, and Mahaprabhu wanted to explain to him, as Jagadananda was walking through the courtyard holding the jug of oil, Mahaprabhu said, oh, we really appreciate your gift, but it's that of the oil. And he said, oil Chaitanya. And he came out, and to serve Lord Chaitanya, he was happy to come out. But then he made Lord Chaitanya eat more and more and more. But then when Mahaprabhu had finished, he took more because he was afraid of Jagadananda. He asked, now you take. And he said, I'll take in some time. And Mahaprabhu informed Govinda that he should make sure that Jagadananda eats. So it is such a nice example, because Mahaprabhu was afraid of Jagadananda's anger, And also, he wanted to make sure that he didn't fast out of anger anymore. Yes?
Towards the end of the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Krishna takes off his jewels and gives them to Gopakumar. And Sanatana Goswami says this is big because it means that Krishna cares more about his devotee than he does about himself.
Oh, how nice. How about when Krishna is having a picnic with his friends? They had killed which demon before they had a picnic? For 20 points. Aghasura. And after killing Aghasura, they went to have a picnic, and as they were having a picnic, who wandered off? Is that a question or an answer? Huh? The cows. Say it like that. The cows. That's right. And so the cows wandered off, and the boys were in anxiety, so they were going to go retrieve the cows. But Krishna, no, you stay here and take. I'll go find them. He didn't want the boys to interrupt their lunch. He didn't want them to be inconvenienced. So Krishna went looking for the cows himself. But that's leading up to a big verse, isn't it? That gives the very principle that we're talking about. And it's actually the first verse I was thinking of in this regard. Okay, I'll just keep going until you get it. Then, of course, Krishna manifested himself as the calves and the boys, and especially he did that because Balaram wasn't there that day. It was the nakshatra of his birthday, so he stayed back to do some special pujas. And now Krishna realized that his friend Sridham was stolen by Brahma, and he didn't want Balaram to be in anxiety, so he manifested as all the boys and all the calves. And then he went back to Vrindavan, and nobody noticed for a whole year, until, as there were many odd occurrences in Vrindavan, the cows who had been weaned off of milk for over a year then had seen their calves, and they had come running down the hill and began licking the calves as if they wanted to swallow them. And then the cowherd men, who were angry because the cows had run down the hill and gotten away, also chased after them. When they saw their boys, they also gathered them up with great affection. They were smelling their heads out of affection, and Balaram was thinking, what's going on here? And then he speculated that maybe it was some Rakshasi magic or some kind of demoness that was creating these oddities in Vrindavan. And Krishna then unveiled 25% at a time the veils of Yogamaya that were covering everyone's vision, including Balaram's. Then Balaram could see, it's Krishna who's creating all this illusory sensation here in Vrindavan. And then Brahma had come back, and he had noticed that the cows and boys were still there, and the ones he had stolen away were still there. So he became quite disoriented. And then Krishna had revealed to him that all of these cows and boys were his manifestations. Then what did Brahma do? And in which prayer did he say, when he was offering Krishna, that the Lord becomes submissive? You can look, but it goes from 20 points to 10 points. Go ahead.
Is it relevant? 10:14:3 Jnane prayasa mudapasya namanta eva jivanti san mukharitam bhavadiya vartam स्थाने स्थिता श्रुतिगताम तनुवान मनोभिर ये प्रायसो अजित अजितोप्यसि तैस त्रिलोक्यम.
That's it? Can you read the translation, please?
The translation is, those who, even while remaining situated in their established social positions, throw away the process of speculative knowledge and with their body, words and mind offer all respects to descriptions of your personality and activities, dedicating their lives to these narrations, which are vibrated by you personally and by your pure devotees, certainly conquer your lordship, although you are otherwise unconquerable by anyone within the three worlds.
Haribo. Ajita becomes Jitta, conquered by the devotee, and how does the devotee come to that position? Just, yes.
Is the instance of with Krishna accepting the banana peels from Vidura's wife also a example of submissiveness?
I think that's a nice example. Okay. Do you mind if I borrow your device back? Do you remember where we were? Gopyadade Kritagasi Kritagasi Dhamatavan. Srinam's here. That's a good sign. Did you just get off the bus? Or did you just get out of the Jamuna? I know yogis can dive into the higher planets and then come out on the lower planets. Hare Krishna, Shachi's here. Things are looking up. Okay, I'll just read one more little section. Are you ready? Trying to make sure you get your money's worth tonight. The Lord's pure devotee renders service unto the Lord out of unalloyed love only, and while discharging such devotional service, the pure devotee forgets the position of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord also Divyanam Prabhu's here. Haribo! So how are you all doing?
Everybody's got their rooms, so they're just taking freshening up.
Really? Okay. Now we have an opportunity to share any realizations you have about coming to the Dham. What did you see? What did you hear? What did you feel? Yes.
So, for me, this is my first time coming for Kārtik in 6 years, and I had been looking forward to it greatly. I was also nervous after so many.
Point that right at you.
After so many false starts, to be able to come to Vrindavan is not a cheap thing. And when I visited the devotees in the Toronto temple, I was telling them I was coming. They were saying, "Oh, okay, there's some Toronto devotees. Please take care of them. Here's some service for you. Please pray for me. Here's some Lakshmi to give to the deities." And they were just loading me up with service, and I was feeling like, okay, now I'm safe, because now I'm not just going in on a whim. Now I have actual service devotees have given me. So, Radha Krishna, please.
That's a nice realization, isn't it? Yes. Do you like it?
Yes.
That was really nice. Very nice. Devavrata.
Just riding on the wave of Saumya Prasprabhu. Every year I've been fortunate to come to India during Kārtik, and every year I'm always wondering, will I be able to come next year? And same vein, I feel like I'm only here because I have some type of service.
Lots of service. Because you were helping to organize everyone staying at the Govardhan ashram. But that's so hard to do that. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Realizations, reflections, the Dham, how are you feeling, what did you see? What did you expect? And something else happened. Come on. Everyone's got to participate, otherwise I'll call on you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we're here with Divinam Prabhu, and it's as a family of us, this is our first time as a complete family with the kids. And as we were coming in the bus, we were reading Akrura's prayers as he entered Vrindavan Dham. And the third verse of his prayers said, I don't know what good fortune I have done. I don't know what charity I may have performed. So I felt that verse really sat in my heart, because I was also thinking for the last 10 years, when am I going to come to Vrindavan? When is Srimati Radharani going to call us together? And as we were, it finally felt like reality that, oh wow, we've actually entered the Holy Dham. And when we read that verse, that really resonated with me. I was thinking to myself, I don't know what I have done. We've not done anything good in this life, but I'm glad Srimati Radharani has invited us. So that's my realization from that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Just hearing your deep desire to come to the Dham and appreciation of it, I think we're vicariously also, at least I know I'm increasing my appreciation. Thank you very much. It's really nice.
Just to add to that, I think I truly appreciate that it is not easy to come to the Dham. And we've literally just had the experience of flight got delayed, bus came late. My in-laws are coming from Sri Lanka. Their flight got cancelled. They're being rebooked to go via Chennai, coming back to Delhi, and all of these different things. My brother-in-law was supposed to come, he couldn't come. My father-in-law is coming instead. Unless Krishna and Radha give you that permission.
This is, for those of you who haven't met Mike, this is Vaiśeṣika Prabhu. For those of you who may not have met His Grace Burijan Prabhu, he's one of the senior most devotees in the Krishna consciousness movement, who accompanied Prabhupada to Japan and other parts in the Far East, and has been for almost 6 decades engaged in Krishna consciousness, and who started this entire compound here that you see by his sincere desire to serve devotees. Thank you very much, Purijan Prabhu. Lucky for me. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you.
We hope that you all feel happy. If there's any problems you have with your facilities, you can talk to him.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Purijan Prabhu. Hari Bol. His Grace Purijan Prabhu ki jai. Prabhu, you were just really pouring out some nectar back there.
So I think despite everything we've managed to get here, and unless the dear Lordships give you the permission to enter into the Dham, I don't think it can happen. Even that same feeling of I still don't feel that we are worthy to come, I still don't feel whether we are worthy and whether the Lord is going to allow us to be here or not. That feeling is truly that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. The last 3 days of your arrival first, and picking you up with my dear God sibling Sudhir Madhav Prabhu at the airport, and my car getting completely filled with nectar from ISV, all the bags, and it's never been filled like this ever. And then while coming to Govardhan, it again happened. There was Pooja Mataji who joined. There were cases of your wonderful book, The 4 Questions, and then there was so much of equipment. So 2 days in a row, the car was divinely engaged, and I hoped like maybe I should also. And by Sudhir Madhav Prabhu's mercy, he was insisting that I should participate in the book distribution service, and make some effort to announce, probably is not the best word, but to sort of urge devotees who gathered to listen to your katha to pick up those books. And that kind of empowerment, I just felt that the luggage that I carried in my car did something to my intelligence to be able to serve you better. Thank you so much.
Haribo.
So over the 3 days in the two events, we've done close to 60 or 65 books. We'll get a final number soon. Today was 23. Today was after the Srimad Bhagavatam class, we distributed 23 books. And earlier in Gurugram at the event, the other 45.
We're just sharing a few more realizations about coming to the Dham, what it feels like to get ready, to come here, to be here.
I'm here I was in Delhi working on getting my extension of my visa for another year. And they just accepted that in the interview. And so I was, told me in a week or 10 days. And so then Bhakta Michael from Czech Republic, and he came to be in Delhi with me, and he met somebody at a medical shop who was coming here in a cab, and then he became friends with Bhakta Michael, and then Bhakta Michael called me in my room with Satchidananda, or a class with Satchidananda Swami, and he's coming for that, and then because I know when I'm coming to Vrindavan, it's really about Sangha. And God brothers and devotees, like I just met with Deva, and it's just like an ocean, a tsunami of association. And so I was full of anticipation, what's coming, what's going to be happening now. And then I was looking for the bathroom because I paid obeisances here, because when I get out of the car or when I enter the Dham, I always pay obeisances, and I go like this, like a Kura, he goes this way and that way. And then so I did that, and my Sika, I rolled right into a ghee lamp where and it just perfectly went on my Sika. And my whole Sika was full of ghee, and then I've had to find a bathroom, and then I ended up in this room behind the building and I was looking, and then I came right there, and David Ratha was sitting there, and I hadn't seen him for quite a while, and so then he said, "Yeah, I'll go around and meet you," and then I ended up here, and then I found out there was another program going on with you coming, and I ended up.
This reminds me of the Brihat Bhagavatamrita. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, all glories to Vrindavan and all the devotees.
Jai. So, yes, Prabhu? Nirkula, find out from Divyanam, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, and I'm really looking forward to this retreat. We're from London, as you probably know, about 40 of us, and as Prabhuji was mentioning, there was so many delays, the plane, the coach, everything else, traffic. But one thing I'd never really thought about, which Divyanam Prabhu had sent to all the group, in our WhatsApp group, the prayers of Akrura Prabhu, when he enters Vrindavan, and there was one particular verse that really struck me, and it's from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 38, verse number 12, and Akrura was saying, "All sins are destroyed, and all good fortune is created by the Supreme Lord's qualities activities and appearances, and words. So that's Lord's qualities, activities, appearances, and words. Describe these three things: animate, beautify, and purify the world. On the other hand, words bereft of its glories are like the decorations on a corpse. I just wanted to share this, Prabhuji, with you and everyone else. So thank you. I'm looking forward to the next.
Can you adjust the sound and read it again? Maybe hold that a little bit back because it was getting muffled. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Read the translation again,
Yeah, sure.
please.
Okay. Okay, it's from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 38, verse 12. All sins are destroyed, and all good fortune is created by the Supreme Lord's qualities, activities, appearances, and words. Describe these three things: animate, beautify, and purify the world. On the other hand, words bereft of its glories are like the decoration on a corpse. So I just wanted to share that with, of course, yourself and everyone else here again.
Yeah, it's very important because it emphasizes the essence of a yatra, which is the hearing and chanting. Normally, when we're going about our regular duties, we get opportunities to hear and chant in a regulated way. But when we have a yatra, we can indulge 24 hours and have no other distraction. And when we have that opportunity and then we feel good about it, it's a nice reminder that devotional service is what we really want. That's one of the most valuable feelings that one can take away from coming on a yatra, is that I like this and I wish I could do it more. And the more we have a desire to hear in the association of devotees, as you so nicely pointed out, those descriptions of the Lord purify the body, mind, and soul. Then Jiva Goswami mentions a simple equation, and that is that the more we desire to hear about Krishna, or Krishna Katha in all its different forms. Some Krishna Katha is that which is spoken by Krishna, it is about Krishna, spoken by other devotees. The more we can, the more we're advanced. In other words, I'll say it again, there's a direct relationship between how much we are eager to hear and how advanced we're becoming in Krishna consciousness. The very fact that all of you left behind what you were doing, and you were all doing something, there was something to leave behind. There was money to be made. There were to-dos to finish. There are projects that you're in the middle of, but you went anyway. That's a sign of eagerness to be with Krishna and to hear about Krishna. And then, while we're here and we have a few days just to go to holy places, everywhere we go we'll see Krishna, we'll be hearing about Krishna, and that feeling when we leave that we'd rather be here than anywhere else is invaluable. It's an invaluable feeling to have within your heart. Divyanam Prabhu, tell us what we've won.
Thank you, Maharaj. Prabhu and Mother Nirakula. Haribol! 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 So, tonight devotees who have not had a chance to offer the lamp, they can do so. We have the lamps ready outside. There's Giriraj right there. So you can go out and offer the lamp before you go for dinner. And the dinner is served just across the hall here onto the first floor. So we'll have some devotees take you there for prasadam. And then tomorrow morning we will start from here again at 6 o'clock with the japa session. It's called Make Japa Great Again. And I think no better place than Govardhan trying to make the japa great again. So please do come in if you can. I appreciate it's the first day. Even if you come a little later, it's okay. But those who can come, please come. We'll be right here at 6 o'clock, followed by Guru Puja at 7, and then we will have a Bhagavatam class. And during the Bhagavatam class, we will request His Grace Vaiśeṣika Prabhu to also give us some tips, practical tips on how we can move around the Dham and do some practical service. And that is trying to share Krishna consciousness with others, those who are visiting Dham, and as well as actually giving them Srila Prabhupada books, those who are staying in the Dham. Because sometimes you can be here and not be here at the same time. And Prabhupada books really help us to be here consciously, mentally, physically, spiritually. So it's a great thing to, when we come to the Dham, to share Krishna consciousness with others, especially in a very important way by giving out Srila Prabhupada books, Prasadam, as well as we have stickers. So everything has arrived today, and we'll go through all those details tomorrow. In the morning we'll have a registration desk, so you can get your band if you don't have the band yet. So please have a band, because that band will allow you entry everywhere with us. Prasadam, Katha, buses, everywhere from tomorrow. We'll give that out. We also have a very special gift tomorrow morning. We'll give it to you all. I won't speak much about that. That was Sachi's idea, but I think it's a really nice idea. So we'll share that tomorrow morning for all of you. And then, so after the class of the Bhagavatam, there will be breakfast. And then we would like to start boarding the buses at 9:20 just outside. And tomorrow we have one, Barsana. So tomorrow morning we'll be going to the Sriji temple as our first stop, where if His Grace Vaiśeṣika Prabhu has a short meeting here, all the GBC members, the temple presidents are all here. So we are at the right place at the right time with the right people. So Maharaj will join us with Guruma and Sudhir Madhav Prabhu. They'll join us a little bit later. If all goes well, they may join us at Sriji temple. If not, they will join us at Lalita Sakhi's village. So that's one of our villages we will be visiting, Astasakhi villages. We started this 2 years ago, going to these small villages actually, and the mood is very, very nice. So tomorrow we'll be going to Lalita Sakhi's village called Uchagaon. Everybody say Uchagaon. Uchagaon. That's where we will be going tomorrow. And yeah, so I'll leave it there, and then rest of the details we'll share tomorrow morning. We'll make more detailed announcement of what is happening during the day, what all things you need to carry. But most importantly, you see these beautiful song books. Shraddha Mataji has worked hard, and then Amanda Vikrama Prabhu helped me conclude the design. But more importantly, all the input comes from Guru Maharaj. So it's been nicely curated, with very nice bhajans, prayers. So this is your lifeline as you move around the Braj. Please carry this songbook with you, and there is a beautiful reflection notebook just at the desk. So carry that. That has list of our itinerary, what we are doing, what time we are doing, and which places we are going, and a little snapshot of the places. It gives you an idea. So carry both these books with you all the time. Whether you are on the parikrama or you are here, don't miss the opportunity. And then you'll also be able to carry some books with you of Srila Prabhupada and Prasadam and everything tomorrow. So I think that is it, Maharaj, for tomorrow. So does anybody have any burning questions they wanted to ask? No, I think it's okay, Maharaj. Thank you.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Giriraj Maharaj, if you so desire, please bless our yatra, so that we may develop love in our hearts for you and a desire to serve you by distributing Krishna consciousness to people all over the world who've forgotten you. Thank you very much for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part. Please unmute and say Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpa visha kripa sindhabe vacha patitanam bhavadibhyo